Disney World dining we probably wouldn't do again.
And we say probably because never say never, but probably.
I mean, unless there's a situation where, they're like, eat here or something bad happens. Like, fine. I'll go back to, we're going to talk about, let's do Magic Kingdom first.
Okay.
I think we're both in agreement here.
Yes.
Which is Be Our Guest.
Yes. So we have done Be Our Guest as lunch before. We have not tried dinner. Dinner is a prefix menu, and it's pretty pricey. It's pretty pricey for this. And lately, the past, I don't know, I'd say 3 years, the reviews of this restaurant are very, very mixed. There's a lot of people who are like, yes, this is great. People are like, I had a terrible time here. Food's overpriced, whatever, all that stuff. So I just don't, prefix menus are iffy for me anyway. I have to really be into the food to do a prefix. Like the prefix menu at California Grill, for example, is delicious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have a little bit of choice, but like I would do that one again. But Be Our Guest, I don't know. One time it was enough for me in there. I don't think I need to do it again. I mean, what do you think?
I've had it twice, and there was you could tell like a drop off in the food quality the second time.
Yeah.
And I mean, to me, it's like, this place has a lot of potential and what it could be. Mm-hmm. And kind of what it is it's almost just like a dining hall. And it's
so loud.
It's very loud. The beast kind of walks around sometimes. I don't know. It's one that I never cared to really go back after that.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because a lot of people think it is a character meal because the beast appears. But it's like, no, this is not a character meal where he goes around each table and takes pictures. Like,
yeah,
I think I've heard a couple of times people have said like, yeah, I would take a picture with him, but it's not the norm.
Right.
Like he doesn't really stop for pictures. I just call the middle part. I know it's like the ballroom, but it feels like a cafeteria.
It really does.
And I hate that so much.
Yeah.
I think this is a pass for us. I mean, unless they change the menu, do an overhaul of the menu, maybe. We'll see.
It's funny. A lot of Disney restaurants do this where like it'll be good and then it slides.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they get better and then it slides again. So I think this one right now is it's been in a slide for a bit. I think it was pretty good when it first opened.
Yeah.
Because you used to be able to get you get in the park early because you could do breakfast and then it kind of give you a leg up. A lot of people would do that.
I mean, I think you guys still do that.
I think you can still do it, but you don't hear about it as much. A lot of people doing that. I think a lot of people used to kind of more focus on that a little bit. But
I get it. I get it
now. But
yeah.
All right, let's move over to Epcot.
Okay.
What is a dining that you probably would not do again?
I think I'm going to get some flack for this because I know there's a lot of people that love this, but I was not impressed. I would probably not do Garden Grill again.
Okay.
It was fine. We had breakfast when we went the last time. I had gone a couple times when I was younger, and then I went last year with my sister, and it was okay. Like it was just okay. The characters coming around, they were a little bit rushed sometimes. Our server was great. We were sitting right next to the kitchen. I don't know, like it was fine. And the whole rotating restaurant like didn't bother me, because it does move.
Right.
It does goes around a circle. That didn't really bother me, but it did feel rushed when we were there. The food, like I said, the food was just okay. The steak was good. They had this grilled steak that came with breakfast, and it's like a family style is how they serve it. And it was okay. It was okay. Like again, everything was okay, but I don't want to, that's a lot of money to pay for just okay. And I could see those same characters minus Chip and Dale at other character dining locations. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know, like I just probably wouldn't do this again. Of the restaurants I've done at Epcot, this one I probably will just not do. If I want to do character dining at Epcot, I would choose Akershus. So that's just my opinion.
Well, if you think yours got some flack, I think mine's going to get some flack.
I
don't care. I'm here for it. I like to fight people sometimes. So I'm going to say Via Napoli. We went, I've eaten here twice. The first time I ate here, I remember it being much better than the second time we went.
Okay.
And also just on principle. And the principle is I love pizza.
Yes.
Now, I'm not a big fan of this I guess it's Tuscan style pizza, whatever
Right.
it is. It's just not the type of pizza that I typically enjoy. And also the prices here. If you want a meat lover's pizza, it's $60. If you're
That's a
charging
lot.
me $60 for pizza, it better be the most amazing thing I've ever had in my entire life. And even any pizza over, I'm going to say $30 better be amazing. Because for $60, I can get about 6 pizzas at okay pizza joints, and it's still pizza, and it's still pretty good. I just not a fan of this place. I think it's overpriced. I don't think the pizza's as good. At least maybe the style of it. I know people talk about different styles. Whatever it is, I didn't really care for it at that price point. Not that it was bad, but for $60, I also want more meat on it than they give you.
Right. Let me ask you a question. If the pizza wasn't 60, let's say it was 40.
It'd be better. That's still way overpriced for pizza.
But you still okay.
I mean, to me,
It's
it's
still the
like
style, just isn't our
right.
thing.
It's like for pizza, it's like it should. I mean, maybe if you're at a theme park, I'm like, okay, $30 for a pizza, fine. But 60, and it is big. I mean, you give you big pieces, and the atmosphere is cool, and it's. I'm sure it's cooked how it's supposed to be cooked. But
for sure.
if at that price point, you already lost me. Pizza's not nearly as good as other pizza I've had from even some chains that I would just be like, yeah, I can pay $10 for a pizza, whatever. Yeah, it's not a place for me. I know people are going to disagree with me. That's fine. I don't care for it. I did notice on their menu, they didn't have this when we went there last year. Or was it 2 years ago we went?
I think it was last year.
Okay. They now have individual sizes. So before, I don't recall them having this on the menu. If they did,
I don't remember.
So like if you're looking here at like, I mean, this is a car. I'm going to mess this up. Anyways, there's a pizza with artichoke on it. It's $58, but you can get the individualized size of it, and it's $24. So they have, and I don't know, I'm guessing that's like a personal pan maybe, or a couple of slices. I don't really know. But either way, you're talking for most of these pizzas, it's $40 and up. If you want meat, it's like 60. Like, that's crazy. Like, I'm just...
And we understand the hype with this and that...
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, I understand the hype with this with other people that have tried it and love it. And I know they like import the water
I don't care.
from the region.
I'm just saying. I get it. People like it. I don't. We can fight about it. That's fine. We can be adults, and I'm not going to change my mind about it. But yeah, I understand some people like this place.
Yes.
I would
It
just
is
say go to
popular.
the pizza window outside that's not the same pizza.
Not the same pizza.
You can walk around and eat it because pizza is very mobile. It's mobile. You can eat it on the go, and you're not paying as much, and the quality probably isn't that much different. And you don't have to wait outside forever. It's all, and I'm not a big fan of like sit down things, anyways, especially for pizza. Like I don't recall the last time. I think this is the only place I've been to where it's a sit down thing with only pizza. Pizza is meant to be eaten while you're doing other things.
They have other stuff besides, but I understand.
Yeah, but they're a
what you're
pizza
saying.
joint. This is like having a Domino's that's only a sit-in restaurant. Nobody's going to go. You grab a piece of pizza and you do other stuff while you eat it. That's one of the benefits of pizza.
Okay, listen. They had a Pizza Inn or a Pizza Inn. I don't know.
That's a buffet.
They had a buffet.
That's different.
That's a sit-down buffet.
CC's Pizza it was $5 a person, and you could sit down, but you could eat as much pizza as you could just fit into your stomach.
For sure.
That's different. Was
it great pizza? What? Not necessarily, but it also wasn't $40. All right.
It's like chicken nuggets. There's a max in which you would pay for chicken nuggets, correct?
I'm probably yes.
Even if it was the most imported of chicken nuggies you've ever found.
The chickens came directly from Italy.
And you're like, you could have all this stuff, and they're like, okay, our chicken nuggets are $86. Like, that's insane. I'll go to Chick-fil-A. Like, you know.
I do like Chick-fil-A.
Certain foods have certain ceilings. In my mind, pizza's one of those. Anyways.
That's fair. That is fair.
Send all your hate mail all you like. Not going to change my mind. Okay. All right. Nor will I probably change yours, but that's fine. We can agree to disagree. All right, let's move on to Hollywood Studios.
All right, this is kind of an easy one, but Dining World restaurant.
Dining World. I like Dining World. Walt Dining World.
Walt Dining World. All we have is food. Food on the floor, food on the ceiling, food you're going to ride a pepperoni slice.
Well, I was talking just a world of restaurants. You're talking actual attractions.
Oh, no, your attractions are made of food.
Okay.
Let's go through the cheese playground. Swiss cheese.
It's not a bad idea.
Never
really.
mind. Anyway.
I like giant pizzas like Dumbo. You're on pizza slices.
Oh, Pizza pies.
There you
like
go.
Pie.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good. Spaghetti noodle racetrack.
How would that work?
Big noodles. So you have to stay on the track.
All right. Well, we'll eventually have a new theme park we'll pitch, and it'll be Food World. But go on how you thought about Hollywood
What just
Studios.
happened? I have no idea what just happened. Anyway, so this is kind of a softball one for me at least. One restaurant I will never eat at again at Hollywood Studios is Mama Melrose because it's closing very soon, and I don't want to have to try it again.
So you just chose the easy way out.
I did choose an easy one because this one's hard. Like Hollywood Studios is harder for me because they don't have that many sit down restaurants. But Mama Melrose just, it's okay. Again, it's another Italian choice. But Napoli's Italian, Mama Melrose Italian, and I won't be sad to see it go. I'm happy to see what will replace it. So
Okay.
that's fair.
Well, mine probably won't come as a shock. I know it won't come as a shock to you.
Right.
But is Roundup Rodeo Barbecue, which is the newest sit-down restaurant in Hollywood Studios based off Toy Story. This is every bit quick service barbecue level, and they upcharge it as if it's a character meal. We went and ate here, and not that the food's terrible. I'm not saying it was, but it's just very basic barbecue. Now, I am a barbecue snob, admittedly. I've had very, very good barbecue, and I fully admit it is almost impossible to do that level of barbecue in a theme park setting.
Like a mass scale.
Well, because typically really good barbecue, they only have a certain amount they make, and when they're out, they're out. So having it just at scale like that becomes very difficult. So I recognize that. But the prices you pay here should be a character meal. It's not. It's just, and it's all you can eat. And it's got a cool atmosphere. But we went and ate here, and then we went to Regal Eagle like a couple of weeks later. And I still contend Regal Eagle is better barbecue than Roundup Rodeo.
I would say even Polite Pig is better.
Polite Pig is better. Well,
Rodeo.
Polite Pig is the best, one of the best examples of like an actual barbecue restaurant at scale that does it pretty well. It's still not to the same levels like competition stuff, but it's still really good. But in terms of in a theme park, I still contend Regal Eagle is the best I've had for barbecue. Now, I am very curious. I've heard really good things in Epic Universe about
Oak
Star Tavern. I've heard that's very good. I will check that out. But typically, barbecue in theme parks not going to be great. So this one, I don't think the food is good enough to justify the price, and I would just go to Regal Eagle if I wanted barbecue in a theme park.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because you can still get a half chicken there for $15.
Well, the theming of the restaurant's cool and like the stuff they do around it and everything, but yeah, strictly speaking with the food like and the prices, I understand that.
What was it, like $55 a person?
Yeah, something like that. Like I think it was in the 50s, but yeah, it's a lot, but okay.
That's me. So
that is you.
All right, let's move over to Animal Kingdom.
Well, here's another pizza one for you. Pizzafari. It's not good.
It's not good.
It's not good. If I wanted,
but it's not $60.
It's not 60, right? I remember they had this deal years ago. I want to say it was in 2019 before everything happened with COVID. They had a deal where you could do it was $19, $19.99 or something. You could get a full pizza, 2 salads, and 2 drinks or something for like a family of 4.
Wasn't it like an...
Do you remember this?
I do remember something. I thought it was more of an all you care to enjoy.
Was it? Okay, maybe it was.
It was.
I remember the price being like $20 though, and I was like, that is so cheap. But looking at it and like, okay, well, it's just mediocre, just pizza. If I'm at Animal Kingdom, there's so much other better food to get. You know what I mean? Like Nomad Lounge, Tiffin's, we'll talk about more what you say, but just so many other good food choices that I just would never choose Pizzafari.
Unless they decide to go Cece's route and they go $7 a person and all you can eat.
Have you been to Disney World?
It's not good. I'm not saying the pizza's good, but you can take bad pizza because it's still pizza at the end of the day. You can get ranch dressing. You can get Parmesan cheese. Ranch dressing goes a long ways to help the ills of pizza.
Right. I'm just talking about the price, though.
I agree.
Never do a $7.
I'm saying if you did this, it would then become a value and be like, that pizza's not too bad. Because Cece's Pizza, like if you're asking me, do you want to order out pizza? You want to get Cece's? I'd be like, no. But if you're like, hey, you want to go to Cece's and eat all you can eat? I'm like, of course.
You're funny.
Pizza is a quantity thing. This is why I don't like Via Napoli. It's all about quantity of you're getting for the food or what you're paying. It's a budget thing.
You're functioning like a college student.
I'm functioning like a rational adult. If I get people to help me move and I'm trying to do it on the cheap, well, guess what you get them? You get them pizza.
Yeah.
Because you get a couple of pizzas that feeds a decent group of people. Like, there you
Right.
go.
Oh, you're so funny.
Be like,
Yes.
hey, help me move. I'm going to get Via Napoli for you, and I'm going to go into debt for this because 4 pizzas is going to cost me $5,000.
Oh, you're funny.
Meanwhile, Domino's is like, hey, we'll give you a free pizza with every order if you'd like. You're like, I don't want to lose money on this deal, so okay.
Or what is it the deal we have for Marco's Pizza here? It's like every time there's a full moon, 50% off.
Yeah.
Pizzas are like,
Listen, this is what pizza
dang.
joints do. You don't stand on your, like, we're so fancy. You're pizza, okay? There's certain things you do as a pizza joint.
Okay.
And Pizza Fari is not good pizza, but if they went the Cece's route, they could save it. I agree with you on Pizza Fari.
Okay.
The other one I would say is Restaurantosaurus. It's just bad. I've never had a good meal here. It's just been very meh, average.
The burger's
Quick
not
dining.
great.
No.
The fries. I did try the black garlic truffle parmesan fries they have, and they weren't bad, but it was just the regular Disney fries with it was just topped on it. Like it wasn't anything like special as far as like the flavors melding.
Truffle is like it's like organic. It's the word you can throw onto things to charge an extra amount for.
Yeah.
Like we have French fries, they're truffle, and they're like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm not against truffle, but
It's fine. I mean, like I said, it does get used obviously because it's like one of the only quick service sit down places in Animal Kingdom. But like other things in Animal Kingdom at Dinoland, it will be going away
this is
at
true.
the end of the year, right?
You know
End of
what?
the year?
Yeah, I believe, yeah.
So not a lot of time to enjoy it.
You know what
anyway.
could save a lot of the quick service at Disney, making it even better, is they
What?
brought back one thing that they haven't brought back since COVID. Our toppings bars.
Toppings, bars.
It saves meals. You have more
It
variety.
saves meals.
It makes you feel like you're getting way more for what you're
Alright.
paying. So
I guess. Or like Pecos Bills.
that's what Pecos Bills is like the biggest offender of this.
That's the one that I think of. Yeah.
But if you have like okay food, you like give people, you can get some mayonnaise and you make your own fancy sauce with the ketchup. It saves the fries. Like there's a lot of things you can do to make it better, but Restaurantosaurus, I won't be sad to see that go. So
Fair enough.
all right, let's talk about the resorts. What is a place you would not eat again?
All right. There's a lot of good places to eat at the resorts.
Mm-hmm.
And one that I do not think lives up to the hype, even though it's still very popular, is Chef Mickey's.
I would agree with that.
I don't know, like it's okay. It's just okay. Like the food isn't amazing and it's very expensive. So like, yes, you meet Mickey and Minnie, and I think it's Pluto, Goofy, and somebody else, maybe Donald. I can't remember exactly who's there, but it's around the Fab Five kind of thing. And for breakfast, it's $58 for adults. For dinner, it's almost $70. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And I understand it's a character meal and everything, but I don't know. Like there's better options for meeting the characters at a resort and getting better food. That's just, I guess that's what it is. You know what I mean?
Oh, I agree. Yeah. I also don't
know.
like it's a weird setup in there too.
The ceiling is the lobby seal or the, contemporary. It is cool to see the monorail going through though. That is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's always busy. It's loud. I don't know. Like I'm not going to complain too much about this place because like I said, it's not terrible. It's just there's so many other better options than this.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I agree about Chef Mickey's. I'm going to throw in another one that'd probably get people mad at me.
Okay.
And mine is the Yachtsman. And before anybody yells, which that's fine, you can yell at me if you'd like. I think it comes down to this place was always super hyped up as like the best steak you're ever going to have on property and all this stuff. And the steak is okay. But maybe it's because I've gotten much more better at cooking and making steaks and all that stuff myself. I didn't find the steak to be anything that amazing, especially for the price you're paying. I think there's a way better steak at California Grill, which is actually more expensive than this. And I would say that meal was overall, we had a really good meal. I would say that one was actually kind of worth it.
Yeah.
So I think that's the best steak I've had on property is California Grill. Yachtsman, I just wasn't that impressed with, and the service wasn't that great.
We've talked about this review before.
I've been there a couple of times, and I never was blown away with the service. I don't think the steaks are that good for the price. I just feel like it's overhyped, and I have no desire to go back.
Yeah.
It's got a cool atmosphere. I like the idea of Yachtsman. It's just, it's kind of, maybe it was just because it was hyped up so much. Same with Via Napoli as well. Via Napoli kind of gets that hype too.
Yeah.
And I didn't think it justified the hype.
Yep.
Personally speaking.
I like to try the places or go to the places that are just more quiet. People aren't as like excited about them, but they're still good options and there's still like decent prices and all that stuff.
I also like going to places. Sebastian's
Bistro.
Yeah.
That's a great example of what I'm talking about. That doesn't get talked about very much, at least I don't think it is. But you get a lot of food and the price is decent and it's really good.
Yeah, I've always had a good experience there. We've eaten there like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
I also like to go to places where I don't feel like when you're coming in, they're like, you have the privilege of dining here. I'm like, I can stop you right there. I don't care how good your food is. Like that immediately, like I just don't like that atmosphere. And I'm not saying that's how they operate, but it does have that vibe about it.
You're like that dynamic ain't gonna work.
I'm from the Midwest, okay?
Okay.
Price is always going to play a factor. I don't care if I become a billionaire. I'm still going to be like, you want how much for that? Like that's insane.
Oh, that's so true.
I will go to Marco's.
That is so
It is a full moon tonight, ma'am. I don't know if you know that or not. I can get a full pizza at half
50%.
price.
Okay.
And I will drive to go get it because I'm not paying that delivery fee. Are you crazy?
You're so funny. Although I know this about you, so I know how you are. The sorry. The comparison about paying for food and how you are versus like how my parents are is the opposite end of the spectrum. And it is crazy. Growing up when I was like how I did with them and then now I'm married to you, my brain hurts.
This has been Jared Rants About Food.
All right.
There's either a contingent of people that are like, all right, let this guy cook. And there's another contingent that are like wanting to throw whatever they're listening to at me, which is fine.
You are one of a kind, sir.